Okay, boys and girls, good morning. We are here live on the markets. Russia has invaded Ukraine. Want to get over and have a look at these charts here. Just let me pull up the correct screens and transition over. All right, so what you're seeing here is mainly you're seeing equities really on the bounce from huge sell down here. But oil, we now, yeah, still on the front foot. So we're up about 6.11 at market, 6.16% at market on WTI. It's 97.74 is trading. I think, given with the analysis that we have here, we'll just drop that VIX down. We have this demand area going all the way back here, all the way back. If I can just show you now, all the way back to 2009, February 2009, selling down and then just double bottoming here, pushed up, pulled back to this area, and then went bid ever since, sort of. So, um, we're now trading in that area. You can see here we're now back test and we're pushing up through. Next target for me and a couple of the traders here: 102.72s in the top of this area and 107.25s. I've been talking about this for quite a while, but these are the levels that we see now. You can see oil, little pullback on this downtrend. The downtrend is really from the high that we saw on 2011 in May 9th, 2011, to the high that we saw on August 26th. Sorry, hold on a sec. Just get the squawk down there. So yeah, I mean, I think that downtrend is really, gonna is wiped out already. We found support on it, and it's up we go. So we're really looking at the technical impact of this invasion on these markets. All right, that's oil. Looking across, you've seen the DAX now on the bid. Obviously, from such a push low here on the weekly bars, it wasn't. It came shy of the 200 weekly moving average here, and just shy of the high of the 17th of February 2020, just when COVID was breaking out. But essentially, what we have done here is we've come back. We're holding support just about on the fourth, the high of the week of the 4th of January 2021. We have literally wiped out all of 2021 gains across the equities picture in both Europe and the US. For me, I think this is just far too fast. And look, working on the longs here for a little snapback on average pricing. So it's looking pretty decent now to hold for the bounce. But 14,081s on the DAX really putting up that resistance. I think actually just before I leave the DAX, I think the market has done its best to get back to the pre-COVID high 13,703s, but I just think that's way too cheap, too fast with where we are in the business cycle across the board. Seeing SPOOs as well. Just move on to the SPOOs daily here. All right, so on the weekly bars, again, we've been talking about this since it was left here in May 2021. There's a gap on the S&P at 4,004.5. It's also coming in confluence with the 100 weekly moving average, just about to get in there. Where we have held up on the bottom in the S&P is pretty much, let's just call it around here. So it's the low of the week of the 3rd of May 2021. So we haven't entirely wiped out all the gains of 2021 on the SPOOs. We have on the Nasdaq, and I'll have a look at the Dow now in a second. But a huge move. We're down 2% in the European session pre-market. I suppose it's not that big a move for the S&P here, but what I did want to look at as well is the gap on the SMI here, the Swiss Market Index. And you can see we're kind of a little bit of this about to happen here. 11,619s to trade, but there is a gap. So I really track this. Oh, that's the wrong market. So I really track the SMI from 7 a.m. until 4 p.m. So the market on the SMI chart closes at 4 p.m. for me and reopens at 7 a.m. And so I'm just monitoring this gap here to potentially close. I know it's not a big one. We also had a gap on the prior day here that did get traded out and closed. So let's just monitor this whole area so you can get a gap close in this session. Largely headline dependent right now, and the markets are going to have a hell of a day. All right, it's going to be a hell of a day on these markets, boys and girls. Gold, as you can imagine, is on the front foot. We're up 1.8% that market. I mean, not a huge reaction right now, but I mean, I think 1.8. I think we're up a bit more than that actually at the moment. But 1945 is what we're trading. I'm mad about the longs until we get a pullback onto around R2 1921s or 1929s here. And the target is, of course, on the upside 2000 for us. All right, 2000. If I look at the daily bars here, you can see that 2000 figure just above. Probably another little bit of that high there from the week of the 4th of January 2021. All right, so for me, I think we can manage to push on to 2141 and goals now on this sort of a move, but certainly not without a pullback on the 1981s and the 2000s, right? So just be careful out there. You don't need to be a hero when you see this level of volatility. And you see cable now getting crushed on the lows. Really, yeah, look at a cable here. Uh, Pulling, no big deal. We're really kind of just pulling back down into a range here. Range low 3173s. That's one spot. 3173s would be the target on the downside here. That's a big old move. I don't know if we're going to get that level of move here over this type of risk right now, but this is make no mistake, this is an invasion here now. No matter what you can say about it. Nat gas as well. Just to finish off, nat gas here on the bid up 6.1% pre-market here for nat gas. Of course, opening with oil at 2 on NYMEX. Weekly bars, I think we can easily get to 582s and above. However, getting into that trade is not going to be easy with tight risk. Buying it at market and then having to wear risk down to below 4.802s. That's just way too much risk, and your profile is just not going to be able. Your risk profile is just not going to be able to handle that. Okay, the euro obviously as well getting dusted by this dollar strength, and so really the big old barometer here, apart from that gas on this situation, should be your Dixie. Now this is the Dixie on a monthly bar. We'll go out to say a weekly bar here, where we can have a look at it, and we are on the up. I think we can rally way above this resistance points 96.99. Let's just call it 97s above here. We can rally way above that on this level of risk. Back to 100s. I can imagine on this. So let's see. But either which way, we're gonna have a volatile day today on the markets. US GDP set to come out at the half 1 marker here. So do be careful out there. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great session. Be careful out there, and remember, only take the good trades. All right, take care.